remember watching Avatar for the first time, seeing Na'vi's role Pandora, and seeing new creatures that were foreign and new to me. I had never seen them before. Now, as I watched Avatar, excitement grew in me. I wanted to know what the whole movie was about. I wanted to know what the plot is and the ending. I wanted to know the whole movie. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If we look at status quo now, there are remakes of old Hollywood movies. Now, we believe that the issue, the problem with this whole remaking of Hollywood movies is that it kills creativity of both the filmmakers and the viewers. And so, before introducing my case, let me just throw in a few definitions. Stop making movie, either stop producing or stop filming, straightforward. Remakes of old movies. Now, remakes of old movies, meaning taking the same basic plot and same characters from the original movie, and now you just film it all again. I would like to clarify that sequels are different from remakes of old movies because sequels have a different plot, compared to remakes of old movies. Now, what is the burden of proof of side government? Side government today has to prove to you that making new movies that are fresh and new and foreign to the public is better than remaking old movies. I will be talking about how this would allow the proliferation of new ideas. My second speaker will be talking about how these new movies would attract new audiences. Without wasting any time, moving on to my first point, how this would allow proliferation of new ideas. Now, I will be speaking on this on two levels. The first level being that how this would allow the proliferation of ideas of filmmakers. The second level being how it will allow proliferation of ideas of viewers. So, sit down. So, starting with my first level. Now, filmmakers, as you all know, are producers and filmmaking companies. Filmmaking companies like Marvel and Hollywood and various other companies. So, we know that the main motive of these filmmakers is honestly and straightforwardly to earn big bucks because they know that the entertainment industry is a very lucrative industry and therefore they can earn more money making these movies. Yes?
On the outside, we are not against making new movies. These movies can also exist. Image creativity can also exist. Why we cannot make these remakes of older movies and at the same time also make new movies?
Okay, I'll be explaining that later. So, now, when we talk about these, okay, I'll just reply your POI right now. The reason that we believe is that because, as I will be elaborating further in my point, is that producers and filmmakers, they feel a safe bet when remaking old movies. And that is why more producers and filmmakers are perhaps more inclined to remaking these old movies. So, moving on with my how producers and film companies, they want to earn revenue. They want to earn big bucks. So, as you all know, it takes a really long preparation time of work, thinking of new plots, thinking of new characters, new settings and all, to just film a movie and produce a movie. Now, as I have stated earlier, film producers and filmmaking companies, they want to earn money. That's their main objective. So, they feel that remakes of old movies are safer bets. They are safer investments because these movies already have certain reputation among the people. And they feel that when they remake these old movies, people are more inclined to start watching these old movies. So now, however, we see that there are several remakes of old movies that has backlash and become counterproductive. For example, we're talking about Poltergeist and Star Wars. Back in 1990s, after the green screen production technique was introduced, George Lucas actually tried to remake Star Wars again, but various famous film critics, they started criticizing of how this is taking away the original taste of the original Star Wars, and this is not the same anymore. So, bringing back to all my new point, you see, we feel that when you remake old movies, you're actually having a stagnant of ideas, creativity, and thinking of new plots and new characters and new ideas there. Because as I have mentioned, it is a long preparation, a long period of preparation to produce a new movie. And when you just want to remake old movie and just take the same plot and same characters, you don't have the duty, you don't have the burden of trying to think of new characters, and new plots to further entertain the audience. when Hollywood stopped making these kind of old movies, producers, it's only 5 minutes. Yeah, producers, they have the duty and burden to think of new characters and new plots, and that is why we believe proliferation of ideas of filmmakers will be enhanced. Now, on my second level, audiences. The reason you want to remake old good movies is because these movies are good. They make big bucks. They entertain people. Now, and when there are these kind of movies, there are always a lot of fans, like, Star Wars fans, a lot of type of fans. And when you remake these old movies, these fans, when they watch the new remake movies, they might feel disappointed. They might feel picky. They might feel upset. They might say, why did George Lucas change this setting? Why did George Lucas change this? Because as we all know, remake of new movies are not always 100% identical. And so fans, they might get disappointed and they might even be fed up. So, now, these will cause backlash. And for example, also Star Wars and Poltergeist. Poltergeist also widely criticized because of the remake, it wasn't that good. And now, although some very neutral audiences who are not fans of these old movies that are being remade, they are being remade, they want to see new plots. The whole idea of you watching a movie is because you want to be entertained. You want to see twists in plot, which will be further elaborated by my second speaker. You want to see new ideas. You want to be entertained. You want to relax. But when you rewatch these remake of old movies with the same stale plot, with the same characters, doing the same thing, same people, just different actors and actresses, it is very stale. And we believe that when they watch these movies, it doesn't spark the kind of thinking of how will this movie end? Why is he doing this? Is there a motive behind it? And these are all the ideas that we want audiences to have. We want audiences to think of new things when they are watching new movies, because we believe new movies will provide new plots and new characters, and that is why they are better. Now, linking this all back to my burden of proof of how remaking new movies are better, making new movies are better than remaking old ones, because we believe that by making new movies, ideas, the proliferation of ideas will be enhanced. People will think of new stuff. People will feel new stuff. Thank you.